What's up, everybody? It's Tim coming to you again with another video. This time I'm going to be talking to you all about my experience keeping guppies for the last 5 years and my work play, whatever you want to call it, my hobby, to create a new strain of guppies or a genetically diverse strain of guppies. I've been taking care of these fish for about 5 years, and I've had multiple new varieties crossed into it, and I'm starting to develop something pretty cool. So let's get into the video. I'll start out with some old footage from 5 years ago, and then we'll get into the new footage I have. You know, over time, unfortunately, I've lost some of the photos, but I definitely have the very first guppies I started with, and then everything I added into. So enjoy the video. So the journey starts in March of 2018. I picked up these fish at an auction. These are their initial babies that I got in with a nice Corridora cat there. The varieties I picked up at the auction were a half-black mosaic Dumbo ear male, half-black mosaic Dumbo ear female, wasn't a trio. And then that lady right there is a metalhead guppy. You'll see she has a bent spine and also a longer caudal fin. I picked her for the caudal fin, quite honestly, because I wanted that tall tip. I was trying to get an elongated tip on the males. Unsuccessful with her, but regardless, that's what I started with. Coming up in May of 2018, we had our first adult females, and adult males, I should say, and I just have photos of them. So if you look, you can see I got a snakeskin pattern out of that cross, which is remarkable. There were some half-black males. However, I decided that I wasn't terribly interested in the half-blacks. I really like the snakeskin and the bright, vibrant colors of them. So I decided to keep them kind of mostly as the parentage. And then from May of 2018, we jump into 2020. My life had been changing because I finished grad school and stuff, and I added another variety of lace and snakeskin guppies. I found these blonde top sword snakeskin guppies, which I was really interested in. So I added these fish to the mix, and because all of the snakeskin guppies I had purchased before were like a fantail, the top sword was basically lost. You'll notice the date was around November of 2019. So I had these fish for a few months, and then 2020 happened. When March 2020 happened, I was able to find some feral guppies available for sale from Puerto Rico. And unfortunately, I don't have any pictures of those fish specifically, but what I do have is the outcrosses that I got from them. And this is where a lot of variety comes in. You know, we're seeing new patterns of reds and blues. We're still not seeing too much variety in the tail shape, but we're seeing snake skins. We're seeing orange or reddish orange spots. We're seeing the blonde guppies come back. So adding in this feral strain really did a lot for the varieties that I was getting. And so another year goes by, and I get a little bored with the varieties that I'm seeing, even though they're different. And so I purchased these bad boys. These are some Allen-biased bronze guppies. And mixing them into the strain really did quite a bit. These are lower sword guppies, so now we have a third variety of tails mixed in. You can see they have kind of like a black spot on them. They have some really brightly colored patterns, some iridescence, and yeah. So I had some success crossing them into the line. And this is now the fish that I currently have. We're seeing multiple patterns, although, you know, they aren't as vibrant as they could be. The patterns aren't as constant. You know, the goal was to get variety. The goal was to get different looking fish, always changing fish. I personally like seeing them change. You do sacrifice, I think, a little bit of color with that, But you know, there's really quite a big issue in the hobby of these guppies being inbred for their traits, and then they're very susceptible to disease. So I will say that I have really good success rates, and my fish all look different, and it's pretty exciting and entertaining to watch them grow up and wonder what they're going to look like. So these are the fish that I've been working with. We're starting to see top swords. We're starting to see lower swords. We're starting to see just a regular tail on these fish. And I really like them. So I'm going to keep doing it. The females shown next here are, you know, you see a little bit of the bronze or some gold color on their bodies. Not that much color in the tail, although you do see some once in a while. And then once in a while you do see the top extended fin from the initial parental line. Yeah, guys, so current day I have about 50 male guppies in this tank that I've separated from all of the females. I've let them grow out for a little bit. And I think my plan will be to, you know, bring some to the fish store, obviously, and select the next generation. For my next generation, I'm going to continue with going for variety in fish because I think it breeds healthy individuals. I am going to start selecting a little bit more for color, I think, though. So really, like, the two selective pressures that I'm going to have, other than, you know, survival of the fittest, is for color, and then continuing on a variety of tail shapes. So I'm going to include the round tail guppy that I have, the top sword guppies that I have, and then the lower sword guppies. And then, you know, as you can see, there's still a snakeskin male that appears once in a while with a very small top sword. So, you know, that trait still is in this bunch. And I think it'd be interesting to work on getting some of the red pattern, or the red into the snakeskin pattern. I think that's going to be a crossing over event that's going to take quite a bit of time. And then this round tail coming into view here, he has a really nice long dorsal fin. So I'm excited to see what I can get from his genetics, if I can get more fish that look kind of like him as well. So guys, I hope you like the video, and if you have any suggestions or comments on how I could be doing this better, definitely let me know. And I'm having a great time over here, so take care.